What is up, OFP Nation? How is everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Forex Focus, where we talk all about mastering the art of trading with a strong mindset.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. I missed you. I missed all of you last episode, but I'm here now. And today we are doing our episode number 32, and we are going to talk about the importance of cultivating intuition in trading.
So, before we get started, I just want to say hello to those of you who are with us live. Please say hello in the comments. Let us know what your name is and where you are from. Marinda, welcome back. It's so good to see you again this week.
Hello.
I remember you from last week. Are you the one from South Africa? Was it South Africa that she was from? I know Nick remembers because he was speaking Afrikaans to her,
Yes,
right?
she's the one.
She's the
Yeah.
Nice.
one. She's the one.
She's the one.
So, my question for you traders today is has there ever been a time in your trading journey where you have ever felt like following your gut instinct about something in trading, which is a little bit different than making decisions based off emotion? And we'll kind of try to sit and think on that a little bit on how we can differentiate. I don't like that word. Between how we can tell something is emotion or something is our gut instinct. But think about times where you've ever made a decision in trading where you just felt something in your gut about a trade or something that was going to happen in the market. So today, we're specifically going to be talking about how intuition can play a role in our trading. And that is our topic of discussion for today.
Yes, it is. And I think it's really important, especially in trading, because of how, like volatile can the markets be. So,
Mhm. So,
it's
absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. Hello to those of you who just hopped in. Make sure you say hello to us. Tell us your name and where you are from so we can say, hey. But without further ado, are we ready to get into the topic at hand?
Yes, I am ready with my questions. Are you guys ready for my questions?
Born ready.
Perfect. Well, my first question would be, how would you define the balance between technical and fundamental analysis and intuition in trading?
This is very interesting because fundamental and technical analysis are obviously both very different. And Andrea, I don't know how much you know about the difference between fundamental and technical analysis. Are you very familiar?
Maybe I am, but I would like, I don't know, like a refresher, like in order for me to actually get it,
Yeah.
because I might say something that it's not correct. So, yeah.
No. It's really simple, right? Technical is all about identifying patterns in the market. It's all about identifying structures. So when you look at a graph and you see those lines that go up and down on the graph when you're looking at the charts, those are patterns. And so technical analysis is all about trading based upon what you see. Okay. Specifically see market structure wise or pattern wise when you're looking at the charts. Fundamental analysis is all about what's happening in the economy, what's happening in the world, what's happening politically, and how those things can impact what happens in the market, right? And so a lot of times we make the traders, which is us, right? Whether it's the retail traders, which I like to say are the little guys. We're the little guys. We're not that important. We don't really move the market that much in comparison to the big guys, right? The banks, the hedge funds, the financial institutions, the major players in the major league in the major leagues of the markets, right? They move the markets a lot. Um, you know, um, depending on what's going on in the world is going to determine how those of us who are investing in the markets or are in trading actively, how we're going to respond, right? And you'll see how we respond by seeing market volatility or changes in the market, that's telling you how traders are thinking, how we're making buying and selling decisions. So fundamentals is all about paying attention to what's happening in the world and how that might impact um, how people respond and how the markets move, if that makes sense. Um, now,
Yes, it makes sense.
now when it comes to intuition and how intuition plays a role in that, Nick, do you want to add anything? Because I don't want to keep talking.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Yes, what you've said is actually good. Yeah, I can add saying that fundamental analysis, of course, it's the news that you follow when it comes to trading, especially with technical analysis. You can see that in the charts. Then intuition, I would say it's where I don't know if I can say combine everything together, and like, okay, this time around, based on how things are going, you sometimes probably wouldn't even have to look at the chart, but you would just know, like, okay, this is what's most likely to happen. The market will drop, it will rise, and everything like that. So you anticipate certain movements. That's what I would call in intuition. Like, you just know, like, okay, this thing will drop. It's like what Augustine, if Augustine is watching this, yeah, would say about gold most of the times. Like, when at you when you speak about gold, where it should go, it listens. Well, I wouldn't really say that. I would say probably that's part of intuition, where you just know, okay, this market may do this or may do that next, something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would have to say that intuition as a trader comes from experience, right? When you're doing something long enough or you do it enough times and you see certain things over and over again, you kind of become a little in tune with the markets a little bit, you know? And the more experienced you are, probably the more in tune you might be. Uh, and so it's kind of like what Nick was saying, right? We kind of get to that point where we're like, I got a feeling based upon my experience, based upon things that I've seen price do in the past, right? Um, I kind of start, I kind of like say, okay, I got a feeling it's likely, it's probable that this is what's going to happen next. And this is where our speculation comes in.
Well, that's really interesting because we've talked about like many times about how you never know anything, but at the same time, it's really important to also listen to that intuition because of the patterns that can happen with the markets. Maybe you won't have like the exact thing that happens next, but it may be similar. So that's why it's really important to listen to that intuition based on your experience and based on the things that you lived in your trading journey. So my next question would be related to this. Are there any specific market conditions where intuition plays a bigger role than analysis?
Nick, would you like to do this one?
Sure,
I don't want
sure,
to step
sure,
on
no
your toes.
problem.
I don't want to step on your toes because I get to
Yeah.
talking. So
No problem. Mm, yeah. What can I say? Yeah, especially I would say intuition plays a greater role when there's parabolic moves. Let's take, for example, was that Nvidia? Yeah, Nvidia was skyrocketing for some time. That was somewhere last year. But as a seasoned trader, you know for sure that the market will come down at some point, and you shouldn't have FOMO, fear of missing out, and that there will be definitely an opportunity for you to enter at very, very discounted prices as compared to the over exaggerated prices. So, yeah, that's where I think intuition can play a great role. It can help you identify the best entry points and when the market is overvalued. Yeah, because uh, sorry to digress. There was like this study which was done where it said that people can actually guess something right. Like there'll always be that majority that guesses something correctly if they are given the opportunity to individually guess something. So it's similar to that. So I would say if you know that something is going to come down, you know it within you. You don't even need to second guess. Technicals don't even need to matter or what the news is saying. You know it within yourself, like, okay, this market is going to rise or this market is going to go down between the two. So, yeah, that's how I would say it is. Yeah, that's how um, certain market conditions can basically help your intuition play a part. Yeah. I don't know about you, Ria. What are your thoughts on that?
I was also gonna say too, when we know that something is about to happen. So I'll give you an example. When we knew the United States was gonna get a new president, you know, this is kind of tied to that whole fundamental thing in a sense. But even before there was any real news about it, we knew that that was coming, and we knew there's a pretty good chance that this is going to impact the market in some way. There's a pretty good chance this could create some uh volatility, you know. Um so there's a pretty good chance I should probably trade very carefully. Um, so it's like it's also kind of in situations like that when we are already aware just in general by what's going on in the world and certain shifts and things that might be changing before we really see it reflected in the market, you know, we may not see it reflected in the market yet, but we know there's a possibility it's coming, you know. So um I would say that also.
Yeah, I think both of your answers make a lot of sense because maybe what happens in the world, maybe you can get an idea of what it's going to happen. So yeah, even though you don't have the exact result or the exact thing that is going to happen, you can get an idea. And I would ask, can intuition be developed, or is it something, that only experienced traders have?
Well, it's definitely can be developed, um,
Mm-hmm.
and it is developed. I think, in my opinion, I think it's developed with the more experience you get. You know, obviously, the less experienced you are, the less familiar you are with the world of trading and how it all kind of, the less informed you are more likely to make emotional decisions as a trader than intuitive ones. Okay. Because you're not experienced enough or informed enough to really understand what's happening when it's happening. And so, because of that, you're more likely to say, oh crap, you know, I'm missing this opportunity, or oh crap, I'm losing all this money. You know, like you're more likely to be led by your emotions than by what you really understand and sense intuitively is really happening based off your experience. So absolutely you can develop it. And it's developed with time, I think. That's my opinion. Nick, what's yours?
Okay, I think it can be developed according to what I know. Yeah. Even in a short period of time, it can be developed if the trader is very disciplined, serious enough, and puts in that chart time, especially. Yeah. I believe that that's what they call what traders gym or something. Yeah, mentally, yeah, you need to like go through the charts, go through different kinds of events, try and see how you may have acted during those events, probably. Because there are two types of people. There's some people who can take a demo trading as real as it can be, and those who don't take demo trading as serious, but they'll just like, oh, it's a demo account, doesn't matter. But then there are those who actually put in the effort and treat demo account like it's a live account, or a paper trading account where they need to backtest as a live account, where they're even honest with themselves, like, okay, I've lost in this trade. If it was really me in this situation, I would have done exactly this. So it's all those things play together in one. If one can just like put all those things together, be disciplined enough, I believe they can develop even the intuition faster, probably in a year or two. Yeah, but intuition, I think it takes even more years, like probably in 5, 10 years, because you go through a lot of things in real time, whether it's presidential elections, wars, pandemics, you name it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely. I don't know if you want to add something, Ra.
I was just gonna say that kind of ties into the next question, doesn't it?
Exactly. 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 That would be what are some practical exercises traders can use to enhance their market intuition?
Yeah, that kind of goes into that, being in traders. What did you say, Nick? Was it traders gym?
Yeah, traders gym.
Traders gym where you put in the work, you're back testing, you're studying price action, you're understanding how the market moves as a whole, but also, on an individual kind of like instrument, you know what I'm saying? Because different pairs move slightly differently, than others. It may need, a different approach in how you deal with them or trade against them. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything, Nick, to that question, or is it good like that?
It's good as it is. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Rhea said it all. And my last question would be, how can traders differentiate between a gut feeling based on experience and one based on fear or bias? Because it's different. It can be different. So whoever wants to go first.
Okay. I'll go first. So, a gut feeling, I think it has a little bit of that intuition in it, I would say. Yeah. So, I think I've had that before, like where I probably know, like, okay, this market may gap. There's that. Like even before these whole gapping periods began, yeah, even before like probably last year, I'll just be like, oh, this market looks like it's gonna gap because of the international news that I have seen over the weekend and everything like that. So when you consider all of that and you even actually see it, okay, I know this market is going to go up, it's going to go down, like you just have that gut feeling. It's less of gambling, but just where you know within yourself that this market may do this next. So this, of course, comes with experience, years and years of seeing almost the same thing, similar news and everything like that. Because, like, the mind is a supercomputer. Like, it can recognize certain things and certain behaviors. And yeah, you can know, like, okay, this market is greedy or this market is fearful. So, even just like bullish runs, whether it's in the crypto market, you can literally know for sure, okay, something is about to come soon here. or history is about to be made between the two, something like that. So, yeah, I think that's how gut feeling can play a role in all of that. Yeah, so that's my take on that.
Yeah, I just think that I'm not really sure it's something that you can teach yourself how to have or do. I just think that it's something that grows with you as you grow as a trader. Kind of like how we talked about, can you develop this? Can you develop the ability to intuitively, you know, include instinct into your trading decisions in addition to your technical analysis, right? Like it's a part of the whole picture. We're not just trading just based off instinct. We're trading based off everything we see. Um, Although, like I said, there are times where, we may decide not to trade on a particular day. Like I've done that. Um, I've made decisions where I knew that a lot of news releases were coming out that day. And something was just like, just don't trade today because the market might be on some stuff. And I actually was right. Like, I was like, oh, see, because there were just so many news releases that day, and the volatility that day was just it was crazy. Um, so it's just I think again, I just think it's just one of those things that you don't really teach yourself. You can't. I don't really think you could just come straight in right away and be like, it's just I grow into this with time and experience. um and it just kind of just becomes a part of you. It's kind of like driving a car or riding a bike. You're learning a new skill set. um at first when you get into a car, or at first when you get on a bike, you're not one with your car, you're not one with your bike yet. You're still trying to figure out how to balance. You're still trying to figure out how to not make wide turns. That was me. I made wide turns. But after a while and enough time and enough experience, you become one in a sense, and it kind of, you just know how to flow and move with it. And so I feel like the more experience you get in the markets, the more you kind of understand how to flow with the markets. Um, Not saying that it's, perfect or easy, but I think it gets a little bit easier with time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I always appreciate all of your answers. I mean, because I think both of you, as experienced traders, can, like give some light and like some guidance to anyone that is listening to this podcast. And I don't know if anyone is watching this, but if any of you guys want to leave a comment or ask any questions regarding this topic, they're always welcome. And yeah, those were all of my questions. And thank you so much for answering them.
Thank you for having this little discussion with us. This is a very interesting topic. I've never really taken time to really think about how my intuition might play a role in my trading decisions. But when I really sat down to think about it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I do make intuitive decisions as a trader. And I think I've grown to make them more, with time. Um, So I don't know about any of you guys. What are your thoughts about this topic and about just making intuitive decisions with your trading? Not emotional ones, but just tying in, your entire analysis into how you feel intuitively. I was always taught by mentors when I first started trading, trade what you see, not what you feel. But that was, and I stand by that. I stand on trading what I see. However, trading what I see often, it I think that trading how you feel aspect is more about the emotions, and like getting scared and like, oh my gosh, it's up, it's down, it's not staying, then it really does have to do. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to hit my camera like that. I think it just has more to do with being emotional versus being intuitive, which again, like we said, they're both intuition and being emotional is very different. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Feel free to let us know. We'll give you guys a minute if you want to say anything in the comments. Because, we love talking to our friends and family of OFP.
We do. We do.
We don't want to be here and just talk to you and you guys don't talk back.
Don't be
Oh,
shy.
yeah. Andrea, are you ready to share your news yet or no?
Maybe next week.
Next week?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, this is really a good point. So, Miranda says, the way I see it, intuition is more like a good feeling, a content feeling about your, is I supposed to say about trading? Taking a trade backed up by your experience. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. It's you can tell the difference between when you're being emotional, when you're being, overly confident and you're getting in the market and you're being greedy or you're being fearful. Um, it doesn't feel the same as the intuition does. I do think intuition is more of kind of like that lighter, good feeling in a sense where you're just like, I think I'll wait, or I think I'll risk half of what I normally risk on this, or I think, like it's a different feeling for sure. So I agree. I agree. No, I agree. I don't think it has anything to do with being super emotional either. I know when I'm being emotional. I know. Okay. I got some words for the markets when I'm emotional. I usually have words, right, Nick?
Yes, indeed.
We usually have words. Like, ain't it? Yep.
Mhm.
Oh man. Well, guys, it was nice to come hang out with you for a little bit. But we are going to wrap up today's episode. Um, if you got any, Miranda said, don't we all? Yes, honey. Yes, we all. Okay. We all do. If you got any value from today's episode, be sure to give us a big thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure you share with any of your trading friends. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when we do go live, you can be notified. And other than that,
Remember, guys, to always stay sharp, keep a winning mindset, and remember that with Forex Focus, success is just one trade away. Just one.
just one trade away. All
One.
right, we will be back next Monday, and we hope that you guys have a successful trading week. Let's do this. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.